For short, to make the background just basic and clear to everybody, I was born in a West Bank town, and I have on my Israeli passport, and I do have an Israeli passport, that I was born in Judea Samaria, which is people that were born in the West Bank, and I have moved at early age to Israeli-controlled areas, specifically Haifa, because also my family had areas there, and we eventually, in the early stages, we managed to manage an Israeli passport, which was economically wise for many Palestinians that could manage it. Because if people did not know, a doctor in the West Bank probably makes less money than a construction worker in Israel. I want to actually tell my opinion regarding the current conflict. I want to tell people that Israel is very empty-handed in this conflict. The only thing that Israel can do as a response that would be considered as a victory is a land invasion, which would be heavily costly for them to do if there would be no American intervention. Yeah. Because if they do it, you have Hezbollah from the north, you have the West Bank, and you have Arabs within Israel that are already doing problems. They did problems in the last fight, and they can do problems in this fight.
You think Hezbollah would do something? I was saying earlier, I was like, I don't know if they have any kind of like a power or ability to do anything. You think they do, like tactically wise?
They are stronger than Hamas. Just so you get context, Hezbollah is stronger than Hamas. And all of these problems in Syria, the American units that are in Syria and the Israeli strikes in the last fights in Syria, is to try to cut the supplies from Iran to Lebanon. Even some conspiracy theorists suggest that the big explosion that happened within Beirut was actually the goal of it to destabilize Lebanon from, let's say, Western elements, because they know that Lebanon is basically the center of Hezbollah. Because right now there is news that happened 6 hours ago that there is an American carrier group getting nearer to Palestine. And the situation is also going after that the Saudis have been in certain deals, trying to achieve a deal about the Americans trying to convince the Saudi to forget about the Chinese side, never support them and stay on their side. Basically, I feel that the situation is very tense currently. But the most important part, that Israel is in a situation where they cannot function on their own. They need the help of America. This is a sign of weakness. This is for every true Palestine supporter. I believe that me personally as a Palestinian, I'm happy to see this. We never seen this before. Israel is actually at a moment of weakness.
What do you think will happen?
One of two choices.
Like I was saying earlier, I think that they're just going, maybe I'm wrong. Like I was saying earlier, I think they're going to like kill a whole bunch of Palestinians and everyone's just going to let them do it. And that will be like the end of it.
That's one of the choices. Like, I think there is two options. First option, what you mentioned, they basically, first of all, control the areas that Hamas, make those areas safer, make sure that the wall that they went through with all of the holes are closed and safe. After they do that, they do multiple airstrikes to kill at least double or 3 times of how much Hamas killed. And after that, they do a prisoner trade to get back the captives. After they release the prisoners, they go back with drones and strike the prisoners that they released, because they did that move beforehand. And then they will claim a big media win. That's the first option, and it's the happy option. The sad option, which is a little bit scary because this move with the American carrier is fishy, is them actually doing a land invasion. That's the only thing that could actually give Israel a true win in the eyes of people that really understand the situation. And the land invasion means carpet bombing, then following up with tanks, basically removing the strip, which I think I think it's not possible. I think it's too sci-fi, because if that's going to happen, other things are going to escalate. Like Iran will not stop. Iran will not let that happen without doing anything. Other forces will interfere. It will escalate much. So I think what you said is more probable. Simply close things that have been in breach, kill a couple Palestinians, trade prisoners, and then try to assassinate the prisoners you traded.